Hi, I'm Andrew Wasson. Thanks for joining me for my weekly guitar blog. It's May 19th, 2013, and this week we're going to cover playing open strings for speed. And this question was sent in from Lester. He's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and he wrote in with this email to me. I'm 53 and I only started playing guitar 2 years ago. Things are coming along with basic chording, but the thing I'm getting interested in now is playing lead. I've developed a couple of licks, but I cannot play them quickly. Is there a way to snap off to strings that are open to make it sound like I'm playing fast? I'm sure I've heard this sort of thing, but I'd be very appreciative if you might be able to make a video lesson covering this. Thank you, from Lester in Edmonton, Alberta. Well, hey, thanks for writing in, Lester. You know, using the open guitar strings as a way to enhance the whole speed aspect is a great, classic, flashy speed gaining method that can make runs appear to sound like they're moving far quicker. Now, guitar styles of blues or country and rock all use this technique, and this playing idea can be done all over the neck and certainly isn't just limited to open position and its neighboring positions on the guitar. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into learning a few examples of playing open strings for speed. To get things started, I have a great rock blues example where there's a really straightforward open string speed lick that shows up at the end of the riff. So I'm just going to play this thing for you at first, and then we'll talk about it afterward. Here we go. So things begin with the open 6-string power chord, E power chord there, and after a climb up from the G to the G sharp, we head back to the E power chord once again for 3 more hits, and then we have the open string pull-off idea from an A on 3rd string to open 3rd string G, and then on the E on 4th string to an open 4th string D. So that's kind of a cool idea. You can practice that a little bit. It comes up on the 3rd and 4th beats of that second measure. Just practice it until it's really smooth. Should be a lot of fun to mess around with. Now in my second example, I have a finger-picked line that uses a quick open string run in the first measure and then alternates through 2 open string pull-offs on the 2nd and 4th beats of measure 2. So here's what the whole thing sounds like. I'll play for you first. Now in measure 1, I walk across an open G chord, and I do the pull-offs that go from an F sharp on the 1st string to an open 1st string E, and then we're going to go from 2nd string 3rd fret D note to the open 2nd string B. Things wrap up on the 3rd string open on the G there when we finish measure 1. On measure 2, I outline an E minor chord a little bit there, just a couple of notes. We have a E on 4th string 2nd fret to open 3rd string G, giving us that minor color. And then we have a pull off on the 3rd string A to G. And then we come from a D outlining that. We have the D open to the 2nd fret A, and then a pull off on 2nd string. And then we repeat that and then just wrap it up on the G power chord at the end. Here it is one more time. Okay, the next open string pull-off idea I have uses some triplet rhythms and also incorporates a slightly more complex level of this technique by introducing some double pull-offs. Now, let's just run through the idea first of all, and then we'll break it down a little bit more detail after that. So you can tell it has a real bluesy style to it. So let's walk through this slowly. In measure 1, I have a double pull-off occur on the 1st string from the 3rd fret G to the 1st fret F, and then to the open 1st string E. And this is done with the triplet feel, with the final note, of course, resolving into a D note on the 2nd string. So basically it's a triplet to a quarter note. Now, it all comes together to add into the next beat, on the third beat, where we have the same rhythmic development. So we have a B flat to an A to an open third string G, all in that same string there, and then you're striking the G third string one more time. And that whole measure would sound like this. Now the final measure just mixes things up a bit with some concepts we've seen in previous examples, along with one more triplet figure to finish off the phrase as well. So we go B flat to B on the fifth string to open D, and then we have that E to D pull off, and then a slide from B flat to B natural again, resolving on the G note there. Very bluesy phrase. Here's the whole thing one more time. All right, finally with my last example, I'm going to head up higher on the neck, plus I'll be introducing hammer-ons. Now the whole thing is going to come together to sound like this. I'll play it for you at first. It goes like this here. This is a real speedy lick. It's combining double hammer-ons with double pull-offs. How it starts off is we hit third string open, and then we hammer on into the 7th fret, and then hammer on again to 9th. And then we pull off back to 7 and back to the open string. It's a very cool sound. We move over to the 4th string and do the exact same idea. And then we have one more hammer on 5th string from open 5th to the 7th fret, and then we resolve on the G that finishes off the phrase on the 10th fret of 5th string. So slowly, here it is. Here it is a little faster. And a little bit faster yet. Well, as guitar players, we get drawn into those distinct sounds of quick, speedy guitar lines. It's only natural. And by using the relatively easy guitar technique of pulling a fretted note off to an open string, we can achieve this flashy, attention-getting speed idea fairly easily. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind when developing this technique. Now, first of all, open strings feel slightly looser than fretted notes, so practice this concept carefully and perhaps even set out to play through this technique with a much lighter touch in the beginning. This should help with gaining the proper feel. Another concept is choosing keys that adapt well to using this technique. We'll be best off, obviously, with keys that support less accidentals because of our open strings being all natural notes. So keys like C major, D, F, and G would be great ones to start with, and to even a lesser extent, maybe keys like B flat, A major, and perhaps even E, although E major is getting into 4 sharps, and it's quite a few sharp notes to be able to, effectively operate with open strings there. Now, the bottom line is just to select keys that support the use of several open string notes. So work on the examples I've supplied and definitely invent some of your own as well. I've only just scratched the surface with this technique, so carry on and have fun with it. Anyway, that's about all the time I have for today. As always, thanks for watching. Have fun working on this stuff. Have yourself a great week, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye for now.